Good day, everyone, particularly to you, Mom Jenny. So, today I'm going to discuss my assigned topic. So, I'm going to tackle first the cuisine and menu. The restaurant's primary kitchen and menu services are one of the most crucial aspects of on site catering. The primary kitchen and menu services are the backbone of on site catering, ensuring the restaurants can deliver high quality, consistent, and efficient service that meets clients' expectation and upholds the restaurant's reputation. The requirements for purchasing and manufacturing are critical to successful catering services. It's because manufacturing and purchasing are the foundation upon which a successful catering operation are built. They ensure that the catering operation runs smoothly, meets clients' expectation, control costs, and maintain high standards of quality and efficiency. To maximize production capacity, local caterers should offer menu items which can mimic the existing menu as precisely as feasible. So, by offering menu items that precisely mimic the existing restaurant's menu, local caterers can streamline production processes, leverage staff expertise, efficiently manage ingredients, maintain consistent quality, and scale operation effectively. Next is the off-premise catering. Several challenges with off-premise plants where final manufacturing and function service takes place must be foreseen. During on-site catering, service personnel are typically able to operate between private parties and the dining room, completing them when necessary, while kitchen employees work as usual, prepared for increased manufacturing load. However, a separate waiting crew must be planned in order to service off-premise gathering. Furthermore, for the time of the off-site function, at least one member of the kitchen production team shall assign to the function and not be accessible to the restaurant's kitchen. So when we say off-premise catering, it refers to the service of providing food and beverage catering at a location other than the caterer's own facilities or premises, such as restaurants, banquet hall, or catering kitchen. This type of catering is designed to bring food, drinks, and sometimes even full event service to the venue chosen by the clients. And later, I will explain the difference between off-premise catering and on-premise catering. Food and equipment shall be carried both to and outside the premises in order to avoid deterioration. Hot food and cool food shall be maintained at certain temperatures at certain season of the year. A refrigeration truck may be required. The scheduling of deliveries must take account of transport routes and challenges associated with traffic congestion. So the difference between the on-premise catering is it provides food that is prepared for the event in the kitchen at the same location, while the off-premise catering, it transport the food from the off-site kitchen to the event venue. So this is the example of off-premise catering of organizational guide where all the information of clients and venue indicated, which includes the facility, location, and energy resource of the venue. And last is the takeout. The best approach to boost revenue without increasing costs is through the use of takeout service for restaurants and catering. As taking off service requires no extra seating, it normally does not require an organization to expand its facilities outside of accommodating pick-off and waiting areas for passengers. The manufacturer of kitchen can plan and plan for big volume increases for short durations. Furthermore, the cost of taking the table service for glassware, linen, flowers, menus, and entertainment does not require additional expenditures. The fundamental necessities to take off service are disposable plates, plastic flatware, and carrying container. So takeout services offers numerous advantages including increased revenue opportunities, reduced overhead costs, operational efficiency, and improved customer convenience. Restaurants and caterers can enhance their business performance and better meet the needs of customers. So I have here a video for us to understand more about my topic.
In this lesson, we'll take a look at some different styles of service found in the restaurant world. We'll start by looking at service traditions. We'll be looking at 4 service traditions. They've been named after countries, but nowadays simply refer to how food is presented to the guest. Let's start with English or silver service. English, or silver service as it's also called, refers to a style where a server goes around to each guest and plates food from a serving dish. This is done using either a pair of tongs or a spoon and fork in one hand. Next is French service. French service originates in the royal courts of France, when all the courses were brought out at once and guests could help themselves to the feast. This provides a grand display of food, but is impractical because it is impossible for all the food to be enjoyed warm and at its peak. Next is Russian service. Russian service is similar to French service in that the dishes are placed on the table for guests to help themselves. It is different, however, in that the courses are brought out one after the other, not all at once. Finally, there is American or plated service. This is a style of service where the food is artfully set out on individual plates by the chef and then served to seated guests. As you might have guessed, this is the most common form of waiter service. Next, we'll be looking at different types of menus. Firstly, the a la carte menu. If the service style is a la carte, the individual dishes are listed on the menu along with their price, and the guest simply chooses which dishes they would like. After this comes table d'hôte, or the fixed price menu. Table d'hôte means host's table, and is a menu consisting of a limited number of dishes offered under each course. The meal is then charged for at a fixed price and as a whole, not according to dishes. Now let's look at the styles of service. Let's start with buffet service. Your establishment may also have buffet service, where all the dishes are displayed in a dedicated area away from the table for guests to help themselves. This is a great way for guests to see what is on display and dish up exactly what and how much they want. Next is banquet service. Banquet service is often delivered at functions where the establishment is receiving many guests. The menu is generally limited to a few options per course and delivered plated to the guest. Now let's look at bistro service. Bistro-style establishments often have a simpler, more casual style of service, without too much fuss, and serve hearty, honest dishes in a smaller setting. Now let's look at counter service. Restaurants with counter service often have an open kitchen, surrounded by a counter where the guests are seated. This provides a lovely interactive style of service, where guests can see the preparation process. Finally, we have fine dining. Fine dining restaurants, as the name implies, are usually more upscale establishments, offering an elegant atmosphere and attentive service. The food is expected to be superb, combined with an excellent wine offering. The different service traditions, menu styles, and styles of service are combined in different ways. So to recap, can you remember the different service traditions? Grab your pen and write them down. Here's a clue though. They are named after countries. The service traditions that we looked at are silver or English service, French service, Russian service, and American service. And what about the 2 menu types we looked at? They were a la carte and table d'hôte. And finally, can you remember the service styles we looked at? They are buffet service, banquet service, bistro service, counter service, and fine dining.
I would like to start with what is catering all about? There are lots of answers to this one question. Different people have different views about catering. Hence, summing up all the answers, I would say that catering is nothing but a form of business or service which provides the supply of food and drinks, at times in addition with facilities related to its service to the customers. It is generally done or organized for a large number of people by any client or organization, etc. It can be for events, meetings, gatherings, weddings, rituals, tours, etc. The purpose of catering does not need to be same every time. It can vary from time to time and place to place. Next, coming on to importance of catering. For any kind of event, gatherings, functions, institutions, tours, transportation, industries, whichever involves work or activities which needs to be done going on for a longer period of time, requires a proper and effective catering facility. This is the reason why catering is one of the most important tasks which needs to be performed by every individual or organization and needs to be planned well beforehandedly. The whole task of the catering is not just related to the supply of service of food and drinks, but it also deals with proper planning of the menu, availability of ingredients, cost of food, transportation, equipment, staffs, etc. It also deals with planning the whole workflow, deciding upon the quantity of food to be prepared, and even the management of proper service and quality. Now I feel like that you all must be clear about the topic what is catering and its importance. So heading towards the next topic, that is different types of catering. Starting with industrial catering. Places where industrial catering is provided are construction sites, factories, oil refineries, offshore projects, etc. It is a type of catering in which generally an organization hires a caterer or has a separate catering department which provides a catering service to the staffs, laborers and employees of the organization. Since in such places, generally the employees work for long hours and stay away from home in most cases. Hence, most basic standard of food and service is provided. Next comes leisure catering. As the name suggests, this kind of catering service is provided to the people who go out for recreational activities or for leisure. In this type of catering, generally the stalls, shops, outlets are being set up, in return of which the caterer needs to pay a fixed amount of money to the landlords, and in return they can charge the customers price for their service. Available in places like amusement parks, water parks, theme parks, tourist attractions, multiplex, etc. Moving forward to institutional catering. Places where this kind of catering is provided are schools and colleges, hospitals, corporate offices, government offices, etc. In this kind of catering, there are some places where the organization hires a caterer and provides the service to the people of its organization. In other cases, they hire a caterer, charge them a sum of money, and ask them to provide the catering services by charging money from the people, but at a subsidized rate. If it's by the organization, then basic service is provided, and if it's the other one, limited choices are available. Coming on to transport catering. It refers to a type of catering in which the service is provided in areas related to transport or during the period of transportation to the passengers or employees, generally provided by the company or organization running the transport business. At times, the price that needs to be charged by the passengers is included in the ticket prices, and if not, it's on the passengers' preference whether they want to pay and avail the service or not. Basic and fixed kind of services provided. Such places where these kind of services are provided are airlines, cruise, railways, buses, etc. Next comes banquet or functional catering. This type of catering services are generally provided on certain kind of occasions, meetings, gatherings, events, functions or celebrations, etc. Provided in large areas or banquets, catering to large number of people. In such places, the caterers are being hired by the clients to provide the service. The standards and type of food, etc. depends upon the amount of money invested by the clients. Some of these functions or events are weddings, birthdays and anniversaries, meetings and conferences, religious gatherings, etc. Now moving forward to the last one, that is off-premises catering. It refers to the type of catering in which the whole catering facilities and services are provided in an open area or outdoor places. That is the reason why it is also known as outdoor catering or ODC. Generally, this is a hard task since lots of arrangements and lots of manpower is required in such places. Because of being off premises, they have to set up the whole area to cook and prepare the food and provide the best quality services. These days, it's a new trend. Can be linked to destination weddings or events where the choice of place is the first preference for the guests. Over here, in addition to other tasks, the caterers have to fully structure the area and use the place effectively. Coming to the end of this video, I would like to thank you all. I hope that after watching the video, you got a proper knowledge about the topic.